I'm Gabby.
And I'm Nikki, and we're here to talk to you today about minimum wage. Currently in Iowa, minimum wage is $7.25.
Minimum wage is becoming a large topic of discussion in the U.S. today, and we're here to explore other people's views on the matter.
Okay, my name is Olivia Gillitzer. I'm 18. I work at Bob's Your Uncle, and I'm paid $4 an hour as a waitress.
My name is Ted Brown. I work at Hy-Vee as a cashier, and I'm currently being paid at $8 an hour.
My name is Kevin Westrick. I'm 16. I work at Hy-Vee as a bagger, and I make $7.25 an hour.
Okay. Ted and Olivia, what do you think minimum wage should be?
I think it should be $10.
Personally, I haven't really thought about this, but I think $7.25, is okay. It could be more, but the more you work, the more it adds up.
I don't think $7.25 is enough to keep up with the raising of prices everywhere, basically.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Ken, what do you think minimum wage should be?
Exactly what Ted said, really. I haven't really thought about it. I just show up and work.
At least for part-time workers, $7.25. If you're doing it as your full-time job, it should be more.
Mm-hmm. There could be a difference of pay between part-time workers and full-time workers.
Because right now I work once a week, and I don't need much money. So.
You guys have your jobs because you want to save up money, or just kind of more for fun or responsibility kind of type?
Mine was first just for extra fun money, but now I'm actually using it for a purpose, for college money. So.
At first, my parents wanted me to get the job for responsibility. And then now, since I'm not really liking Hy-Vee, I am thinking of switching jobs. So, save up for money for college.
Same question.
Is that how this is working?
I don't know. My parents wanted me to get a job because my dad got a job when he was really young. So I guess he kind of wanted me to see the responsibility part, but it's mostly for what I want, really. The money's not going towards something specific that my parents want.
Okay. Olivia, as a waitress, you don't get paid as much initially. Do you expect that to change, and if so, by how much?
Expect a minimum wage to change?
Yeah. Since yours is about $4 an hour, how much do you expect it to be?
I think for a waitress, minimum wage could be probably around $7 for a waitress, because with tips you make a lot more money, but I expect that to change within the next couple of years. I don't think it'll change that much, but it might go up a couple dollars, $5 or $6.
Ted, you're preparing yourself for college and having to pay off loans. How does minimum wage affect you in a positive or negative way?
Well, it definitely affects me in a negative way, but there's really not much I can do about it. Just because I am a full-time high school student, I have an internship, I am heavily dedicated in the arts, and so I don't have that much time to work. So that does stink when trying to save up for college and the huge debt that is hanging over us.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, you're only a sophomore, so college may not be your goal yet. If the minimum wage were to rise, would you consider not going to college or working more?
I definitely wouldn't consider not going to college. I would still want to get an education. I want to, my goal to be a physical therapist would still be there, so I would still want to go to college and do that. But if I were to do that, I think the number of hours I put towards working would go down. So I don't think minimum wage would affect me too much, but I would like to make more on the time that I have aside from studying.
So if by next year, when you're only a junior and minimum wage is $11 an hour, would you work more?
That would be awesome, yeah.
Hi, I'm here with Lisa Duchek, and she is one of the deans at Kirkwood Community College, and she's going to answer the question about whether she thinks the raise in minimum wage would lower the enrollment of students in college.
That's an interesting question, Gabby. I think that when the economy is doing well and students have good jobs, we tend to see less students in college. In this case, I think that might cause a particular problem, because though the minimum wage going up would really only result, in my opinion, in a temporary help to these students. The minimum wage, I don't think, was ever designed to really support a family. So long-term, it would be better for these students to go back to school and get a job that would pay more than minimum wage. And we have many jobs even, or we offer many careers even at our college that students can go for just 1 year and make significantly more than minimum wage.
So you think it would be a bad idea to raise minimum wage?
Yes, overall, I think that's not a solution to the problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Damon Powell. I go to the University of Iowa. I play wide out, and I'm going to work with kids after I graduate.
I'm Andrew Stone. I also play football at the University of Iowa, and when I graduate, I hope to go to law school.
As prospective professional athletes, minimum wage doesn't seem to affect you that much. But have either one of you held a job during your college experience?
No, with athletics, I haven't been able to hold the job.
Same here.
In Iowa, the minimum wage is currently $7.25. Do you think they should raise it? If so, by how much?
I feel like they should raise minimum wage because you have single parents out there that take care of kids by themselves, and you got statistics that show that you can't get by with minimum wage. I feel like they should raise it.
My name's Barb Riley, and I am an AP biology teacher and an online mentor at Regina High School. I've been here 28 years.
I'm Glenn Plummer. I'm the principal of Regina Junior Senior High School. I've been here 13 years.
Okay. Did either one of you have jobs in high school or college?
Absolutely. I had lots of jobs. I was a recreation leader for the park department, and then when I was in college, I worked at the racetrack and sold trifecta tickets.
I worked in high school as a cook and a dishwasher, then a cook, and that was part of college. And then when I moved to Iowa City for college, I worked at Kmart.
I also cleaned apartments at Howard Johnson's. I forgot about that.
What was your minimum wage?
You know, it's funny you asked that because I don't know what the minimum wage was, but I found my paycheck last night. I don't know why I had it for 2 weeks for park department. That would have been like my freshman year in college, and for 2 weeks I got $82.
When I started as a dishwasher, I made like $2.50 an hour because it was a restaurant. They didn't have to pay you minimum wage.
Right.
And then by the time I quit there as a cook, I was making like $7 an hour. And then Kmart, I think I started up there 5 something an hour. And when I quit working there, I was making like $8 an hour.
You got to remember, I'm a lot older than he was, so and so if I made $5, I was thrilled, because I used to babysit for 75 cents an hour.
Do you think they should raise minimum wage, and why?
I think you got to be careful. I think people ought to get what they're worth, and I think sometimes we pay people such a low salary that that's the kind of job they do too. So I wouldn't have a problem with raising it. I don't know how high. I don't know. What?
I think it should raise as inflation goes up. It should stay on pace with inflation, but I don't think you can raise it so much that you're going to get the people who are paying them to just start cutting jobs to cut their expenses, because the people who own the businesses are going to have to make their money. And if you increase minimum wage, they're going to find another way to make their money, and that is by cutting positions.
And we've already seen that happen in the workforce, because when they raised it last time, they just cut people or outsourced it.
Do you think the raise in minimum wage would lower enrollment of students
Like in college or in high school?
in high school or college, because more would be working?
I think kids almost have to supplement their expenses, and we never worked in high school. We did in the summer, but we didn't work during the year. And I see more and more kids work during the year now, but I think it costs more. I don't know. I think people will always go to school. It might take some kids out, though, that, kids who apprentice like in auto mechanics, you start making pretty good money. You might tend to maybe not go ahead and go to school, but I don't know. I think the ones who are going to go to school are going to go to school.
It might make it easier for those who don't necessarily want to go to college. They do just because they think they have to, and if they can make a decent living off of a minimum wage type job where they're starting off, then they might decide, well, I don't want to do this college route because it's too hard, or it's not me. And
A lot of
it gives
kids
them
don't
a
like
viable
school.
option.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Minimum